First thing today, guys, we're tinting the sunroof. So there's usually like a little bit of heat rejection when it comes to glass. It's always better just to add window tint afterwards because it's going to have an even better heat rejection, especially something that has so much sun exposure. So Tesla always has, like, I don't want to say trim issues, but some of the trim just doesn't line up as evenly as others do. So for example, my tool can barely go back behind some of the trim over, well, specifically right here. But in the back here, it's like hanging down. So I don't like to remove the trim on the whenever I do my installs. I know other shops will remove it, but it's just because it doesn't always want to go back as even. Alex, could you, like, my biggest challenge is going to be, first off, not having light gaps because of how limited space I have up here, but also, I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but you see the massive black splotches? That's silicone from when the glass was installed that smeared. Can you get it? Is it on there?
Kinda,
showing up?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
So it's like, so this is silicone splotches, basically when they put the glass in, the silicone that seals it, spread out into the glass, and I need my film to go up behind there to not have a gap. So when you're sitting in the back seat, you don't see light coming through. And so I'm gonna have to clean that out. There's another thing, there's a coating on the interior of this glass. I don't 100% know what it is. Just in all honesty, I haven't looked these up, so I don't know exactly what coating it is, but you can tell right here, there's regular clear glass, and then as you feel, it is a totally different texture. So I have to be super careful not to scratch this because it's not gonna be as durable as regular glass is. So I'm gonna have to just scrub it and hope for the best.
Are you planning to work with that thing up?
I don't know how to put it down.
Push it down, pull it down.
Nope.
Oh.
Ow, shit.
Sorry.
It was up when I got in here, so I didn't know how to put it back down. So, let's get started. It just smacked my hand. All right, we're just gonna roll it down. All right. And then I'm gonna...
Straight.
It's okay. I'm gonna cut most of it anyway. And then will you just hold it right here for me?
Make sure you get my smoke time hat.
Cool. So I decided to wet shrink this one. We're using the STEK NEX for this sunroof. It's gonna give them like an amazing heat rejection and add just like a little bit of glare reduction. And so I wet shrunk it because this isn't a very curvy window. In all honesty, I could totally stretch this down, but since this is my first time doing one, I wanted to see what kind of curve and what kind of fingers it made. And with wet shrinking, it just makes it really obvious. And so measurement-wise, like I measured this on the inside before we started filming, and width-wise, it's 50 inches by 55 inches in length. So we need a 60-inch roll to be able to fully cover this. The orange plastic just protects the glass. The orange plastic just protects the glass from my razor blade, just in case I'm pushing a little too hard. And then I always do like a little pocket shrink right here on the edge, just to cup everything right at the end. And then start going, Alondra? Yeah. I got enough. And then I'm gonna get you to do one more thing for me, Alondra. All right, go and let it slide my way. And this is a very clear film, but it does have just like a little bit of color. So you're not gonna be really sacrificing very much visible light. So you're still gonna get that beautiful sun coming in, you'll be able to see out of it at night, all the good stuff. As long as I'm not like dumping a whole bunch of water down the edges, we're gonna be just fine. It's a little, it shouldn't be that much wide, but.
Are we at the wrong end?
No, this is the right end.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and get it.
Okay.
You stuck somewhere?
Nope.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna leave one side hanging. We shouldn't have both. So let's leave your side hanging for now. Your side. Yeah, this coating I think is what making.
Whoa, yeah, you feel that?
Stick, yeah.
It doesn't want to slide either.
It does not want to slide. There's a lot of soap in my bottle too.
Okay, I'm gonna get under here for you.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. Let's. Yeah. Cool.
You're on your own because if I let this go, you're gonna fall.
Yeah, it's okay. This is actually working out pretty smooth so far. Okay. So I'm able to use both hands here. I almost think I could do this by myself. I would just have to use like all my toes and shit.
You're barefooted.
Yeah.
With your feet up, you're like, ah.
All right, I'm in a dilemma at the moment though. Come on, Mario. Ah.
What do you need? What do you need?
I need to bite the film is what I need to do. Can you,
I'm trying to move this.
yeah, or use your head for a second, like right in the middle spot?
Right here?
Yeah. Okay. For the video. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So next step, I'm gonna slide it this way.
Uh-huh.
This is where the film is, the trim is the tightest.
Uh-huh.
It's right here.
I can help you too. I'm just holding it up.
Okay.
You tell me when to stop.
I need to go.
I'm not putting any pressure on it.
Yeah,
Does it
no,
need to come forward more?
In a second it should. What's going on with this trim back here? Yeah, it does need to go forward a little bit. Just so I can get this corner in. Once I get this corner in, I should be able to slide it all the way back. No.
Just holding it up.
Huh? Yeah, no, we're cool. Once we get, so,
Roll the
can you get it in the, oh yeah. Yeah, because I need to, cool. And then here, I think I should be good to do it by myself now. Okay. That's not gonna be falling on me.
Grab it?
Huh, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I just didn't want to be like on top of you, like.
Yeah. Whatever, man. I know your fantasies.
Yeah. Alex is like, dude, I'm not trying to film porn, guys. Like, I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, you couldn't get that in there by yourself." It's like, no, man, I'm fighting gravity. It just makes.
Also, too, it's bigger at the top and smaller at the bottom. So when you unroll your
Yeah.
roll, it unevenly.
Yeah. So like back here is way wider than it is in the front.
Yeah. So it's like maybe better next time we start at the back.
Yeah, maybe.
I think next time we'll start back here.
Yeah,
So we do the wider part first.
Yeah, this is the first one we've done, so
Yeah.
still learning curve. Yeah.
Actually, it's your second attempt. Remember?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna bring that up in the video. Almost perfect.
Oh, good job, man. You cut it almost perfect, but
Almost perfect.
that's so hot.
Yeah, that's on my it's always been like, so over the years, whenever I've been on Tinder, that is one of my things on my bio says my mom thinks I'm handsome. It's gotta mean something, right? I'm still waiting for all the girls that my mom said would that I have to be fighting off with a stick. All right, so I'm doing a hand squeegee to get the big bubbles out of the way. I got this lined up pretty much exactly where I want it. And then like in a perfect world, when I put this trim back up, there should be no gaps. And that is like always the goal when you're doing window tint. And this film has such a beautiful clarity looking out of it. Inside, it's gonna look darker on the camera, but. So I was talking about these earlier. This is one thing that like I was trying to prevent is my film butting up on these plastic pieces that are stuck into the glass. They're gonna be up behind the trim. That's actually the clips that hold the trim in, and they're stuck in the glass a little bit. So I gotta be really careful when I'm cutting it because they're inside the surface of the glass that I'm trying to tint. And whenever it butts up against it, you have the potential for contaminants to come out, and that was where the silicone was really built up. So I'm actually gonna have to, here in a second, do like a trim One thing is like window tint versus like other film mediums. Most film mediums you cut as you go. With film, you want it to just be like laid, installed, nothing gets moved. Once it's squeegeed out, it's just there. You don't pull stuff back up, you don't recut. But in situations like this, where it's a piece that's up underneath the trim that's gonna be holding it back, it's good to do it after the fact like this. And this, so this coating that's on the inside of the glass, if any installers, any other window tinters are watching this, I would use more soap than you expect to use because it is really sticky. The film did not want to slide where it wanted to. And this is my normal solution that I use for windshields. I already use extra soap whenever I do windshields, just so the film will slide a little bit more rather than what I have on doors. Doors, I want them to stick faster. And so, just advice for anyone else. And that's what I'm gonna do next time as well. So now we're doing a hard squeegee. And this may look like I'm spraying a lot of water, but in all reality, I'm just barely misting everything. Some people are told not to tint their sunroof. Some car manufacturers claim not to. Usually, they say that to protect, well, the main reason they say that is to protect the glass. The rationale behind that is this is a fixed window. My pants are falling down. This is a fixed window, and so it's actually stuck in the frame. If you have something that has like a really high absorption rate, which window film has a higher absorption rate than what regular glass does. So it's, where am I trying to go with this? If you have a film that doesn't have a good heat rejection, you're gonna end up absorbing a lot more heat than what you would, than what the glass can take. So for example, if you have something that's just like a regular dyed limo tint, that is one of the most dangerous things you could put on a sunroof. So it's very good to have like a lighter film. I always recommend doing a 70 or a 50. That way you're still keeping a significant amount of the light coming in through, and so you're not absorbing a super high amount. And then it's safer for the glass itself. But you can't, as a car manufacturer, a car like detail or a dealer or something like that, they can't just tell people to, oh yeah, you can tint your windows to a 70 or 50%. No, the average person isn't gonna understand that. They don't understand VLT versus absorption rates, things like that. So they just say to protect themselves, don't tint the window at all. I just know someone's gonna comment, you shouldn't be tinting your sunroof, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And so I like to at least because they're not wrong, but they're also not 100% correct. That's why you should always go to a professional. I wanted to be a pro soccer player. I'm still waiting for the US national team to give me a call. So I don't know if I should mention this, but there is 2 sensors that I took off whenever I went to go install. So when I pulled this trim down, I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I wasn't gonna pull the trim down, but this one came down really easy. There's 2 sensors that go stick on the glass with double-sided tape. We're just gonna re-stick those once the film's on here. But if I didn't, I would have had to cut around those, and there would have been an obvious light gap there whenever the trim's back on. So we took the high road and cut around and decided to pull them down. All right, so all that's left is letting it dry a little bit, Alex, and then putting those pieces back on and knocking the trim back up. So this is the second Cybertruck that we have had. Technically the first one, I'm just finishing it now. We've had another one I tinted yesterday. So we have a bunch of different videos doing the front doors, the windshield, now the panoramic sunroof in the Cybertruck. So check them all out. Yeah, I don't have anything else good to say after that. I was like, we did it, yeah. We're in the first shops around to do this much work on a Cybertruck, and we're gonna continue to be doing a bunch of them. We can say Happy New Year. It's what, the 27th right now? Yeah, so Happy New Year, everybody. Don't get too drunk on the 1st, or New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Justice, don't get too drunk.
No, dude, I'm not doing anything for New Year's, man. I'm staying at home with my pets. I'm gonna cuddle with my dog. You laugh at me, bro, but my dog's everything to me. I got the cutest dog in the world, bro. Like,
All right, Justice out.
Yeah.